8 years in the game. 8 years in the game. 8 years in the game. 8 years deep, multi-cam gleam, studio supreme, crypto on the screen, still chasing the dream. 10 viewers strong, but we built it from dust. Every live stream a brick, every mic a trust. Like guitar crying, like the market in red, but we never sold out, never bowed our head. 8 years in the game. They said quit at 100, quit at 1,000, but the podcast rise when the hour goes down. 8 years grinding, still live on the feed. 10 hearts in the chat, but a million in need. Slide guitar wailing, turntable spin truth. We built this empire from a bedroom booth. Crypto never sleeps, neither do we. The podcast forever, watch history breathe. Green screen, cosmos, LED glow in the dark. Every bear market spark, turn the flame to a mark. From Bitcoin, having them a meme coin crash. We break it down live, no filter, no mask. Slide solo ripping like a ripple in reverse. Turntable cut sharp, every scratch a new verse. Average views, not at just the gate. Loyal 10 gon' turn to a million, just wait. Studio lights burn like our will in the fight. 8 years and nights, now we own the mic. 8 years grinding, still live on the feed. 10 hearts in the chat, but a million in need. Slide guitar wailing, turntable spin truth. We built this empire from a bedroom booth. Crypto never sleeps, neither do we. The podcast forever, watch history breathe. 8 years in the game. 8 years. And we still here. 10 viewers today, tomorrow a million cheer. The podcast never folds. 8 years, 8 years in the game.
I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the very darkest side of the podcast. Thank you. Podcasts are your home for rational privacy, news, and observations. Oh, shit, I just messed that up. Podcast your home for rational crypto news and observations. Leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. Shut up, Bill. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor, who has won and lost fortunes. Joining me, as always, the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the original, the red-headed Lady Bell. How are you doing tonight, hon?
You know what? This is going to be a fun time tonight. I'm looking forward to it. How are you, Scott?
I'm good, but man, this is already really, really awkward. I've been saying that same intro monologue for what, about 8 years? 8 years, yeah, a little over 8 years, and I just bricked it. But we've been away. All right, we have been away, and I'm like struggling with my buttons. I couldn't make camera 2 work. I think it's a pricey piece of equipment called a Blackmagic 4K. And we need those because we're running SDI cables out of 4K, 8K cameras. And you can't just plug that into the laptop. You have to actually have an interface for it. And we went with Blackmagic after we tested a whole bunch of things. But for some reason, every now and again, my system picks it up as a Bluetooth device instead of a plugged-in device. Now, you're not transferring 8K video over Bluetooth. That just, in no world is that going to happen. Physics is what it is. So I'm struggling. So when I go to hit my my close-up camera, that's what you're going to be getting tonight because, I bricked it. And we were out on our last trip. We were doing some spaces and stuff like that. So I didn't bring the microphone with me, so I was doing it on a laptop microphone, and I didn't flip it back. So I'm running around here like a chicken with my ass on fire, trying to get all of this sorted out so that we can go live. You guys know we like to go live on time, right? We don't like to delay. We value your time, and if you're going to be here, we say we're going to be live at 5. We are good damn well going to be live at 5. It didn't happen this time. Sorry, Rusty. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back day after day after day after. Got nothing but time here. So this would normally be where Belle would go sit in the background right now, and I'd go to my big camera so that I could express my thoughts here. But that's not going to happen. So we're going to do this one a little bit differently tonight as soon as I wet the whistle just a little bit. This Belle is a problem, by the way. See that right there? That's a problem. I'm just taste, just to loosen up a little bit. But I like my bourbon room temperature. And for most people, room temperature is what? Anywhere from 66 to 74 degrees. Most people would consider that comfortable room temperature. I prefer it a little bit chillier. I think 66 is ideal. And the covenant, the sacred covenant between a male homeowner and his thermostat, all right, is exactly that. It is a covenant. Nobody touches the goddamn thing. Nobody touches it but me, all right? Because I might as well just hand you my wallet, because when you turn it over and let somebody else touch it, all of a sudden you're up at 78 degrees. I might as well just give you my wallet and my ATM card. All right, it doesn't cost anything to put on a sweater. How do I know? Because you're wearing a sweater. So I like to think logic is quite sound here, but I keep the booze out here. You guys see it? It's all back here. I keep the booze out here in the studio, and this studio is about 35 degrees right now. It's just a little bit over. If you hear a slight humming, I actually had to set up a space heater. Remember that second heavy 50 amp circuit I had run out here? You remember that I drew run?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for this. So I didn't have it on today because we were doing some work, and it's just enough to kind of take the edge off and make sure that I don't lose my mind. But it's gonna be a long winter. It's gonna be a long broadcast season winter. So we'll see what we can do to get through it.
Now, the good news there is it's not supposed to be as cold as it usually is this time of year. We're just gonna have to deal with more of that 4-letter white fluffy S word.
I like snow. I've never had an issue with snow. Snowballs are fun. Sledding is fun. All of this stuff is fun. You just don't get it because you don't like the cold. But for the men in the audience, for the men in the audience, we like snowball fighting. All right, we like building igloos. We like this stuff. It's fun. Even at my age, it's fun. So I'm not going to feel bad about it. And snow is fine. I don't mind. You know what? The best snow is the snow where I don't have to go outside. That's the best. And I have a 14-year-old son that can shovel. And so yeah, that's it. I won in life, man. That was me. That was Bo Nix to Sutton last night. Me catching that, spiking it, and saying, "Boy, go shovel." That's what I get to do now. And I'm gonna sit in there in my I'll sit in there in my jammy pants and my big puffy slippers, and just kind of call that good. So anyway, I was going to we got a lot going on. Obviously, Siggia. We got a lot going on. And I don't know if Belle will cut me off here or not. And you are looking at the CEO of the company. All right. The buck stops with her. She gets to deal with it. And I'm okay with that because I feel much more comfortable over here in operations and in operations treasury. I feel much more comfortable over here. And you have to know thyself, Belle. Don't I say that all the time? Know thyself, and I'm a big fan, and I'm okay with that. So if she cuts me off, she cuts me off. But I'm still thinking about this right now. One, we're right there. Hopefully we have an announcement for you tomorrow. We will, but we haven't really gotten to the nitty gritty. That's kind of what I'm struggling with right now, and I'm going to sound it out a little bit. I'm getting a pop-up that says my connection is unstable. Just so you guys know, my Wi-Fi may be unstable tonight. It's been coming in, coming out. If we suddenly stop broadcasting, that's what happened. I'll keep it up over here so I can be one of the 8 or 9 people in here. But as long as it's still moving, then I'm going to say that we're good. So here's where I'm thinking, Belle. And look, I'm not talking to the camera now. I'm just going to be talking to you. How does that look, by the way, frame-wise, if I'm sitting here talking to you? because Howard Stern does the same thing, but his cameras are positioned different. And this is a straight on camera. This is the angle 30 degree. This is the straight on. And I can't really use those because now if I'm talking to you. So does it make my nose look huge? Or can you see like several chins on me or something like that if I'm doing this? Because if so, I'm going to have the conversation with you as opposed to having it with the camera.
Well, no, your nose doesn't look huge, and your chin looks like a normal chin.
I was going to shave the beard. I was thinking about that. I was considering shaving the beard. Just completely, just nothing, man. I'll come up here baby-faced. So just a bald little baby head because, I ain't got no hair. So take out the, the beard and all that stuff. But it's something I'm considering. Anyway, here's my thought on this. I'm going to get a lot of grief for this, Bell. I always get a lot of grief, particularly anytime I'm talking about crypto of any way, shape, or form. I will always get a lot of grief. This is the most brutal space that I've ever traded in, ever. It is absolutely merciless. On top of bad ideas, bad projects, just sick, stupid greed, false philanthropy, all the other stuff that goes into crypto, that goes into the Web3 space, it's brutal. And we did it to ourselves. We encourage this, where we suddenly think that the whole purpose of blockchain technology is stable coins. We're going to get stable digital money. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That is the antithesis, the absolute antithesis of why like something like Bitcoin was invented anyway. But I'm not going to fight the whole space on this. If you tell somebody that they can earn 13% yield and maybe it'll work out, they'll flock like lemmings. They will just flock like lemmings right up to the edge of the cliff and fall over because they think you cracked the code. And honestly, I don't think there's any real code out here to crack. If you utilize blockchain technology to build a product that generates organic revenue, meaning non-token buying revenue, shit works out. All right. It is very, very simple math, and sometimes it is just that simple. So the reason that I'm even prefacing this is simple. I see a tremendous amount of opportunity for Jackal right at this point. Now, let me tell you why. The liquidity pools are gone. All right, they're decimated. I don't think if somebody wants to fact check, go for it. But I don't think there's $100,000 worth of liquidity, meaning $50,000 worth of Jackal and $50,000 worth of something else anywhere. I don't think it's on base. That was a great waste of their time, Bell. And we went well on record saying that this is a waste of time, energy, resources, money, everything. This is not the way. Do you remember those conversations, Bell?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
And it still is an absolute waste of time, effort, resources, energy, everything. I never believed in it. I never went on record saying, "Oh, this is going to do it." And well, look at there, I was right. But I still see a tremendous amount of opportunity in this because this is where I'm going to get pinged. You know what? I'm speculating, Bell. I'm going on record and I'm speculating. I don't know anything. I'm speculating.
We are not doing price predictions here, guys. This is pure educated speculation.
Yes.
This is not any kind of financial advice.
God help you. No, don't. No, it's not. I'm just internally monologuing right now, and you guys are invited to listen as I have this discussion with my chief executive officer about this. So, there is really no way to exit right now for anybody holding any big quantity of Jackal. There's effectively no way to exit. There's not enough liquidity out there for anybody to effectively exit. Now, from 96 cents all the way down to sub penny, it's my contention that any major holders, with the exception of me and you, have already vacated their positions long time ago. They got out, they did the crypto thing, made some bucks, lost a little bit, whatever, and they churned it out and moved on. And that anybody who's left is more or less probably a smaller holder, but even the smaller holders are going to have trouble exiting. Now, I haven't tried even queued up to do what a $5,000 sell would do, but the slippage would be 10, 12, 14% probably. And not many people are going to eat that. The people who are willing to eat that, the true degens, it's already happened. So I just don't know, and I'm not going to go and mint scan every goddamn wallet and find out who's holding it. I don't care that much about it. But
So G Torres did chime in and says around 110K liquidity for Jackal.
Okay, so I was in the ballpark. You would agree I'm in the ballpark. All right. So with that, the slippage is going to be brutal for anybody who's making any kind of real major exit. And what I'm saying is I kind of like the price right now. Sigya, me speaking as the chief operating officer of Sigya, I like the price between 0.008 and 0.012. But let me give you context. That's still a huge swing. All right. That is a monstrous amount of variance. But I kind of like the price there because I'm not buying it as an investment. I'm buying it as data futures. It's my it's I know what we're going to be doing. I know what Siggy is going to be doing. I know specifically step by step what Siggy is going to be doing. And the value of these tokens purchased right now on any kind of recovery on this chain, meaning lots and lots of data moving over to the chain, people utilizing blockchain technology for what it's supposed to be utilized for, I believe is going to drive organic growth to that chain. That is, it's just math at that point, and I've done it. It's an uphill climb. I mean, this is not easy. This is an awful lot of work that you and I have to do to put asses in seats, meaning to put people onto Sigya Cloud. It's a lot of work to get that kind of meaningful volume that would be affecting that. But the returns on those data futures for us, now, again, I'm speaking for us,
And we're back.
You're back. Am I back? Are we back
You're
live
back.
again? Are we moving
You're
around?
back.
Okay, hang on. I got to, Belle, you talk for a minute. I got to move this.
Again, for those of you wondering, we are doing our best. The internet issue at Scott's place is just, I'd imagine it's probably the snow. And actually, I think that's probably interrupting Scott's signal. It sucks, but
Sorry,
we're muddying through.
Yeah, it's either that or we just kink it, and I don't want to kink it. I want to finish my thought. Okay, I don't know if we're broadcasting or where we're broadcasting to, but
G Torres was confirming it. Yeah, we're back.
Okay, I want to finish my thought. I want to finish this discussion with you. The major cost to Sigya Cloud Labs, I've done the math 50 different times. The major cost of Sigya Cloud Labs is the physical storage. And interestingly enough, as you know and I know, that we're not actually in the storage business. We are FedEx. All right, we are FedEx of we're a FedEx company, meaning that we're couriers. We carry data from point A to point B, and I'm going with FedEx as opposed to the United States Post Office because they lose a lot of letters, and we never can. But we are FedEx that can't. That we're carrying it in a lead box, meaning that we can't X-ray it. So we have no idea what's in there. All we're doing is transporting from point A to point B. We're doing it in a secure, very fast fashion. So our major costs are always going to be storage providers, always. Now, the thing that separates us from Proton, which is kind of doing the same thing. We use higher grade of encryption. We use AES 256. They use Curve, which are both. Go ahead. You don't have to raise your hand. I mean, Christ, it's your company.
Well, okay. There are several differences between what we are doing and what Proton Drive is doing. Everything that we have said we're putting into the app so far, we've put into the app. Some features that people have requested over the past few weeks, yes, those are getting delayed until after we launch. That's what automatic updates are for.
Yeah. And we were getting caught in feature creep, so we stopped that. All right, there is no more feature creep because every feature is going into a test production build. It's not going into the live build, so we're pushing it out. Dunmar. But I want to circle it back around to Jackal and the opportunity that I see for this from our perspective, from Sigia Cloud perspective, not a Jackal perspective. One of the biggest things that separates us from Proton, aside from features, I think we have better. I know we have better encryption. That's just the math.
We're also faster.
Oh, we're wildly faster. Shit, you keep derailing me. Let me finish my thought here. The thing I dislike about Proton, I love that they do have client side and end-to-end encryption. I don't like that they're centralized. It's still their servers. They control all of them. And one of their things is, but we're backed by the Swiss government. Now, you know how I feel about governments. So now you're telling me, trust you, bro, and don't worry, the government's got us. All right, the government has our back. I'm right here with that. I'm like, okay, good luck with your journey, man. That ain't for me. All right, I don't want anybody that's up there shaking hands with the government. I just don't want any of that in my life. I have enough of that as an American in every other aspect. I damn sure don't need it in my data storage. But whereas they are centralized and we're decentralized, that is a monstrous, monstrous difference between them and us. But I still have to get down to cost because I have a fiduciary responsibility to plan far enough ahead for this company so that we stay fiscally solvent and profitable. So coming back around to data futures, the thing that we can do in the decentralized world that they cannot do in the centralized world is that we can purchase futures based on our prediction, the success or failure of a particular investment. In this case, we're investing in hardware. It's not our hardware. We're investing in hardware. So right now, what we know for an absolute fact is that the fixed cost for us for 1 terabyte of data, 1 terabyte of Jackal data storage is $15 cash. Can you and I agree on that? That is our fixed cost. That's what we know. Yes. So we also pay for it with Jackal tokens. We can agree with that, correct?
Yes.
Yes. We will pay $15, whatever the market rate is this moment. That's what we're going to pay for a terabyte of Jackal storage. However many tokens that is, that equals $15. That's what we're going to pay them to house 1 terabyte of our data. So with the current price, I don't know what it is. Let's call it just a penny for ease of conversation. We're going to call it a penny. So as it is right this second, we pay $15 worth of Jackal tokens at a penny, which how much is that? 1,500? We'll call it 1,500. We pay 1,500 tokens per month to house 1 terabyte of data. At 2 cents, we pay 750 tokens per month to house 1 terabyte of data. Jackal gets the same value. They get $15 in cash, but these tokens are burned. So the more data we push up there, the more gets pulled back from supply. And there you go. If you really want to get into the model of it and get into that kind of nitty gritty, I'm more than happy to have that conversation, Bell, but I don't want to. I'm trying to keep this simple and very, very top level. At 4 cents, we are paying $3.75 to house 1 terabyte of data. At 8 cents, how much are we paying, Bell?
I've been looking at numbers all day, and you want me to do math?
Doesn't matter. Let's just say that the higher the price of Jackal goes, any tokens that we acquire at this price means that we are physically paying less. Our biggest budgetary concern is going to be paying for the physical hardware to store our data. That is our biggest constraint. That is our number one. That's right up on top. How much does our hardware cost? The higher Jackal goes, the less we pay for that hardware cost. Period. The less we pay for that hardware cost, the more profitable we are per terabyte. Period. And I'm not going to get into any of the resale stuff. I'm not going to get into industry standard. You said stay away from that, so I'm staying away from that because it really doesn't matter. But at our fixed posted prices, which we all agreed on, at $2 for 50 gigabytes, that's what we're selling it for. So for every 20 consumers that we get at 50 gigabytes, we are earning $40 per terabyte, and we're paying $15 per terabyte. So for those of you such as GTORs who want to figure it out, this is all publicly available. I'm not disclosing anything. We've already put all this information out there. We know how much Jackal charges because they posted it publicly, and you know how much we charge because we posted it publicly. So figure our profit margins right in there. But now figure our profit margins again at $7.50 per terabyte instead of 15. Figure it at $3.75 per terabyte as opposed to 15. Figure it at let's take a wild swing here and say Jackal goes up to 10 cents. We're now paying $1.50 per terabyte as opposed to $15 per terabyte. On and on and on. Now, the only thing that we have to do, that you and I have to do, is put asses in seats. All we have to do is get people to use the app. That is our only obligation. That is our sole focus. So because of that, all of the features that we've been talking about will be rolling into Update 1. Not right now. Basically, whatever build we just pushed out on test flight, was it 12.2?
Yes, 12.2.
Yeah, that's effectively what's going to be coming out. All right, that's effectively you're going to be downloading that from the App Store. And then we will, our next big update, Update 1 after that, I don't know, 60, 90 days, whatever. That's the one that's going to kind of change the game a lot because we got some cool stuff coming in there. Android and iOS have been so accommodating to us to the point where we're going to be able to, if you your lock screen on your phone, you know how you got that little camera right there? You're going to be able to replace that with the Signia camera. So if you never, ever want to use that iOS camera again and give your data over to Microsoft and all that, just hold down, swap it with our camera. Boom, goes to Signia. Signia camera comes up, hit the blue arrow, boom, it's gone. Never touches your device. AutoSync, meaning that we will be able to single push, single button pull all of the files that you tell us to pull off from your phone and move it over to Signia Cloud. We could take it a step further. I don't think we're going to do this. I'm going to kind of fight with this. But we could even give you the option that once we have it, we delete it from your device. In that case, we're a space saver app now. We just moved in further into the utility realm because now we're a space saving app because none of this is getting stored on your phone. It's getting backed up to the cloud. And why is that so appealing? It's so appealing because now if you don't want, you lose your phone, or right now you have to trust Android or iOS or anybody to download and give you all your shit back. With us, all you got to do, get a new phone, just put Signia back on your phone, log in with your normal thing, and all your data's right there. One click, boom, you got it all back, man. We got you. So these are all the features that are coming in Update 1, but it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is I believe it is in the interest of this company to run as net neutral as we possibly can to acquire more data futures. Not tokens, to acquire more data futures. Now, I know the board is going to fight me on this, and I'm probably going to lose, but I wanted to get it all out there. I like to be transparent about it. I feel that it's in our interest in that. Now, the worst thing that happens is I'm dead wrong. Jackal blows up. We have to, roll somewhere else. It doesn't really matter. But that's the worst thing that could happen. But the upside potential on this for us guys, not for you, our exit is using the tokens. That's our exit. We're not selling them. We are paying a cost with them. It's a currency. It's like oil futures or energy futures or goddamn frozen concentrated orange juice for the people who like trading places. That's what it is. That's the way I'm looking at it, is investing in futures. Now, you guys know that we have large supplies of this, but we can't utilize them right now. We simply can't, because who is going to turn in their future at a 50% loss? Who's going to say, yeah, let's use them now. Let's double our storage costs. That changes our storage costs from $15 per terabyte to $30 per terabyte. They will vote me out, and they'd be right to do so. So what that would mean is we would have to take revenue or find additional revenue or something like that to be able to acquire these futures now. I've done the math. I've taken a look at it, and I believe that it's in our interest to do so. This is interesting to me, Bell, and let me tell you why. Because you can go to any crypto space or any crypto program or any crypto anything, and nobody's having a discussion like this. And do you know why? Because nobody has a product like this. Nobody has something that people will pay real world money to use. If they do, and it's in the Web3 space, please show it to me. Go ahead, Bell, show it to me.
I don't know of anything. That's
No.
well, other than Orchid.
And I love Orchid. I'm a big fan. You know, I'm a big fan of that. So, all right. Anyway,
Orchid is literally the only one I know of that you can actually go and get on your phone and pay real money for.
You know what would be an interesting thought experiment here? And it just occurred to me that because you brought it up, so this is kind of your fault. It would be absolutely nothing for us to integrate Orchid into Sigia. Anybody who has the mobile app, look down. You see those two buttons down there that don't do anything that say coming soon? One of them could easily say VPN. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Orchid kind of functions the same way that Jackal does, meaning that as you pay Orchid tokens for an Orchid VPN, the tokens are burned, remove some supply, It was a good idea then, it's a good idea now, but they never got traction. They never really got out there. For us, it would be nothing to integrate into that. And here's where the wild speculation and the shit that's going to get me fired from this company eventually comes in. It might be in our interest if we had demand, and I'm asking you guys right now, if we had a VPN attached to Sigia Cloud, single click, single button, no sign up, don't you worry about it. You pay us a premium. I don't know what the price is, but it doesn't matter. Bell will figure that out. But you click that, and now you're behind a VPN, a decentralized VPN, a ZK VPN. Is this something that you guys would utilize? It's not going in the initial build. I'm just spitballing here. But in that case, it would also be in our interest to acquire Orchid tokens because they are as close to rock bottom as they've ever been. But it keeps working. I know because it's my VPN, it's on my phone, and I keep giving them money. We could leverage them the same way that we're going to be leveraging Jackal, meaning that if we drive enough value, get enough users, all of a sudden we bring them 500,000 users, overnight or some shit like that. And all of a sudden, everybody's hitting that. Everybody's beating the hell out of Orchid. Node providers on Orchid suddenly gets really, really appealing because the token is starting to trend up when everything else is trending down. So their network builds out organically, fast, safe, secure, private, ZK. And we start paying less and less and less physical dollars for Orchid because the token is going up and because we bought low. But what we are charging our users for it, and let's just call it 99 cents a month. I don't care. I'm just $1 a month for upsell or a feature. What do you call that? A premium feature. That we could actually provide a higher level of privacy and security to all of our users and make a little cheddar on the back of it. Because we're doing what needs to happen out here in crypto, and that means driving users to it, putting asses in seats. Now, this really just occurred to me as soon as you said Orchid. I've been out here begging for a VPN in the cosmos. You guys see me on Twitter. I'm constantly, hey, anybody doing this? Yeah. And I get nothing. I get nothing but crickets. I know we got Sentinel out here, and I've reached out to them many, many times saying, dude, we're not going to do this. Just give us an API. Give us a plugin, and you're in the app. And all I get are crickets. That's all I get on these things is crickets over and over and over. But I haven't reached out to Orchid, but I got a hunch if I do, I bet they answer that email. I bet they jump right on that. And the extra visibility that we get on the app, because then we start penetrating their community, and you know what it's about. Users. So I don't know. It's something to consider. What do you guys think? We came on to talk to the family. What do you guys think? Go ahead, Bill.
Well, I mean, Orchid is incredibly responsive on X, so
oh, God, yeah, they are. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I mean,
we could.
I mean, it can't hurt.
We could literally do the same thing that I'm proposing that we can do with Jackal. We could literally do the same thing. It's a good app. You know how good I was pushing files today because me and Jason are constantly stress testing this thing, seeing what we can do. I uploaded our last board minutes. I shared it with you. It's over there on Sigia. 5.56 gigabytes. That's the biggest file that I have. Sent it up via mobile. and it synced up on my desktop, shared it over with Bell, no problem. AES 256 the entire way, no problem. But it still felt a little slow to me. That's AES 256 is brutal on CPUs. I mean, brutal. But we, we're putting in AES 128. So we are putting in a user option for AES 128. It'll speed it up by about 40%. AES 128 is also not vulnerable to brute force. You're not going to get through it. The U.S. military still uses it. Secret and below, we use 128. Top secret and above, we use 256. If it's good enough for that, I want to say it's good enough for I will personally be defaulting and breaking off the knob on my own personal system at 128. That's it. I'm locking it at 128. It's good enough. I am a cryptologic technician. I'm familiar with this, so it's good enough for me. Anyway, but I rambled on a lot. Unless you want to jump on anything that I was talking about, or else we can get to some questions if we maybe have some.
Oh, we've got quite a few comments. So
okay, go for it.
New type, girls looking great. Thanks, new type.
I don't know what else to say. There you go. All right.
All right, G. Torres, how were the conferences?
Conferences are always good. We get a lot of response. It's landing enterprise, man, is a whole different animal than landing consumers. Consumers are easy. Here you go, man. Scan the code. You like the app? Good. Welcome to Sigya. Enterprise is always going to be a little bit different. And the tough part is getting that first one. And that's kind of what we're running into right now. Everyone we get to, they're fine with it. People are tired of this. They like our prices. Let's be real here, man. We're price competitive. They love our prices, but very few of them want to be the first man into the wall. That's kind of where it is. So we're setting up a lot of tests. We got a lot of people playing around with it and trying different things, trying to break us. But we'll get it. We'll get it there. And we do have our little secret weapon is going to be coming out here, I don't know, in a week or so. You guys will never see it. You'll never know about it. It will just never occur. I'll drop it for you, Carlos, because you like to do this stuff. Min.io. Min.io. I'll leave that there. Go ahead, Bill.
All right. So next one coming in from Toot. It's amazing how much better a tablespoon of Kerrygold butter makes mac and cheese taste. I love that stuff.
You can't eat. You guys eat that butter? Oh no, no, I'm not disagreeing with you, hon. Not at all. I'm not disagreeing with you even a little bit. I'm a big fan of butter, but thank you, Toot, because that's like my favorite meal. The thing that I love more than anything else is macaroni and cheese, and you know damn good and well that I can't eat carbs. So thank you. I appreciate that, hon. Was it baked mac and cheese, like 4 different kinds up there, like sharp cheddar, mild cheddar, Gouda, and everything else up there? Was it that? Was it one of those where you take a forkful and you see the cheese just dripping off it? You have to like whip it around the fork because there's so much cheese on it. Is that what you're having with the good pasta? Is that what you're having? I appreciate that one, hon. No, it's okay. Go ahead, Bill.
You know what? Scott literally just found out a few weeks ago that they actually make a keto version of pasta that has 2 grams of carbohydrates, but 2 grams of fiber. So there is no carbs in that whatsoever.
It's not awful. I mean, it's not the real thing, and I can get used to it. And I'm okay fooling myself. I have no problem fooling myself. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Anyway, carry on, Bill.
All right. So, Toot, regarding the mainframe setup, it does look like you guys are talking to one another. Good setup.
Yeah. Mainframe. What are we talking here? Why don't I not understand that question?
That frame.
This frame? Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
Thank you, dude. All right, go ahead, carry on, boss.
All right, new type. Has anyone asked Patrick or Marston if Jackal is quantum resistant?
I have not asked them if it's quantum resistant. But here's the interesting part about it, new type. And yeah, I'm talking to you directly, bro. The only thing that we need from Patrick and Marston is the protocol. Meaning that we take advantage of all the features that they built into the protocol itself. We are in direct contact with storage providers which is our interest, because this is our business. So we are in direct contact with the major storage providers on there, because you got to remember, bro, once it's through the protocol, then it is effectively at that time a P2P network. All right. When we're pulling data back, we don't go through the Jackal protocol. We go through the storage provider directly. It doesn't flow back through Jackal. It goes through Jackal to get there. That's our, I don't even, what would you call that? What'd you call them? A clearinghouse. Doesn't matter. They're the central hub. All right. They take the data, they put it on a plane randomly, and that plane flies off to a storage provider. But when we're getting it back, it doesn't come back through the hub. It comes directly back through the storage provider. So our interest is in the storage providers. And we are in direct contact with the major storage providers asking all of these very questions. And I understand where you're going with that, man, and I appreciate it. You're being devil's advocate. What will it take to actually crack these things apart? And I am not that kind of tech guy, all right? I keep their lights on. I make sure that they stay up. I make sure that the fans are spinning, the blinky lights are blinking. I do that. But as far as the layered security and all that other stuff that goes on to them, it's not my business, man. But I talk to the people whose business it is, and I deal with their answers. Yes, we can use this. No, we can't use that. And that's kind of where we leave it. So I hope that answered the question, but that was a good one. Go ahead and carry on, Bill.
Now, with that being said, too, yes, currently you can rent time on quantum computers. However, it is bloody expensive to rent time on those machines. I'm thinking with the dual layer of encryption that will happen, number one, as data is encrypted from the user's devices to our servers, and again, when our servers send the files over to Jackal, it's going to take quite a lot of time and revenue to rent enough of a quantum computing time slot to be able to crack that. I think we're okay for right now. On another note, there are people I'm in contact with personally that actually have been studying that very issue and have fixes that will be implemented.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that I'm kind of thinking up off the top of my head, why something like Filecoin, the way that their network works, could be advantageous for any of our long-term type of storage, the stuff that's going in, it's never coming out, because the files are fragmented and sharded out. But they are as vulnerable to they're as vulnerable to a man in the middle as anybody else, because they use it's a central bridge to get it over there. But it would almost be advantageous from an Arctic standpoint, and we're going to have this conversation, by the way, Bill, because the files are broken up, sharded. So it's I've used this metaphor before. I'm going to use it again because I believe it to be accurate. We are a treasure map with no X. That's it. So before you can even start to crack our data, you have to find our data. You have to find out where the hell that stuff's going. Now, I'm sure that there are some super spooky tech guys that would have absolutely no issue doing it, but I'm kind of protecting against 99.9% of the world, not that 0.1% that would have no issue with that. If they're going to get it, they're going to get it. Doesn't really matter what we do. So I'm just trying to protect from the 99.9%, and I think that I think we have it. But that would be could potentially be one possible solution, is the fact that the files are fragmented and they're spread all over the place. So if it was busted up like a 5 gig file that was broken into 2,000 pieces, you would have to find 2,000 individual nodes, reassemble these things in the right in the right order, and then start cracking them or bit by bit by bit. And there's no way that would be financially viable for anybody. So it's a solution, a possible solution, but it doesn't reach our speed standards. It's not even close. It's not even close. For me to push up a 1 gig file to Filecoin and get it back, 24 to 36 hours for me to get that file back. Nobody that's using Cygia Cloud who prides ourselves on fast is going to wait 36 hours to view a 1 gig video. It's just not going to happen. So obviously we're going to have some trade-offs in this. There is no one, thing fits all, but I think we fit enough of them that we have broad appeal. And that's kind of what we're going for here. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right. So, G. Torres, interesting, Scott. I've been thinking how cool and useful it would be if Cygia could be used to record cops on a phone and have that video back up to Cygia automatically in order to prevent tampering of the video by a police officer.
Yeah, man. First update. Oh, go ahead, Belle. You got your hand up. Go ahead.
That is one possible thing. And again, that ability is going to be coming out with the next update, which will not be until after we get launched on the app stores.
Yep.
But the other thing, and I have to do this, I have to look at both sides of this scenario. I have relatives that are police officers, and the one thing they cannot stand or tolerate are bad cops. They are incredibly opposed to them. Now, with that being said, how amazing would it be if we could be the place that the camera footage from those body cameras gets uploaded to?
Oh my God, what a monster contract that would be. And the interesting part is that we wouldn't have to get every cop. We would just have to get individual jurisdictions. And that magic bullet that I was mentioning earlier would slide right in there, Belle. It would slide right on in there. So piece of cake. It's again, these are all things that we're considering. The big camera thing though, G. Torres, honestly, man, I'm thinking UK. That's where I think something like that could get us some a little bit of UK penetration. Because I've seen the videos. They demand that you open your phone. Fuck it, open it. Here you go. Here's my phone. Check my storage. It ain't there, babe. It ain't there. It's somewhere else. And I think that it could. I mean, it's never going to have that kind of broad appeal unless we get, a lot of customer feedback saying, yep, this saved me. Yes, this saved me. Yes, this saved me. If we don't get that, you're not going to get mass adoption on that. But if you do get a couple of those, all of a sudden people are interested and more people are downloading, and there you go. So, yeah, that's kind of why we're putting it in. It will not be in this build. And it was iOS 26.1 that enabled this to happen. That enabled third-party apps to be able to change the lock screen to put our features on said lock screen. And in this case, Cygia has a camera. So, boom, we're up, we're in. It'll never touch your phone. It will never take storage on your phone. And it's not physically on your phone. It is somewhere else. It's up in the cloud, protected by our fucking dragon. And yeah, that's good. Why are you sighing and looking away? Are you got something to add, or are you getting frustrated with what I'm saying?
I'm actually looking at you, if you can't tell.
No, because I'm here. My eyes are here. All right, my eyes are here. A little bit to the left. Tilt your head left. Little more. There, yeah, you're not looking at me. Anyway, go ahead. Carry on, Belle.
All right. Anyway, so with that being said, another use case for Cygia app would be, yes, we are in discussions with Motive. Yeah. Dash cam company for semis. However, our app directly has potential dash cam capabilities for individuals.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of people find themselves in court getting sued for an accident that was not their fault. And these people are doctoring dash cam footage with AI to prove that, it wasn't my fault. It was their fault.
Yeah, it's
yeah. I mean, you're talking about a potential end of fraud there.
Well, and
in a lot of different industries.
And that's what makes us sexy, because our data is on the blockchain. Our data is verifiable that this is the original copy. The blockchain backs it up and says, yep, this is the original copy. This is the unaltered footage. And nothing will change that. Nothing will change that. So as far as us holding the original unedited, unaltered footage of any of this stuff, you betcha. You betcha. And the fun thing is, I've been exploring this a lot, Bill, is that we could literally, we cannot honor a gag order. We cannot honor a gag order. If we were served with a gag order and saying this data can never leave, we can't honor it. Do you know why? Because we don't know.
We can't see the data.
Because we don't know what you're talking about. And even with a gag order, it has to be specific. Fourth Amendment is what it is. You don't like it, tough. We're still in America. But we can't identify the data that you're telling us to gag because we can't see it. We don't know what it is. This is a beautiful, beautiful, clever system that we're putting together here. And I get it. Proton's protected by the Swiss government. We're protected by blockchain. We're protected by blockchain. If you believe in the blockchain, here we are. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right, Top Cat, Scott or Bella, during testing, at one point there had to be a total wipeout of all our files for an update. Once you go live, how much control do you have over our files during future updates, etc.?
We have as much control as anybody else does. I understand where you're going with that. You got to keep in mind, Top Cat, that we are couriers, but we also have to document it. Not the data, then not the content. We can't see it, but we do have to document. We do have to log that a transaction took place. Period. So yes, did a transaction take place? You bet it is. You'd bet it did. What size was the file? It was this size. The file was this size. Okay. What was in it? We have no damn idea. So I think you're asking, do we have the capability to nuke the data? Yes. Every storage provider that lives, every single thing that backs up data anywhere in the world has the ability to nuke that data. You can do it on your home PC right now. You can do it on your phone right now. Everybody has the ability to do it. It comes down to, is it in our interest to do it? And in this case, it's never in our interest to do it. So there is no scenario I could possibly dream up that we would delete accounts. It would never happen. There's no reason that we would ever do it unless Bell has an idea of why we would.
I mean, we don't have as much control over your data as, you're making it sound like, Scott. That's the thing.
And that is the thing. I know. I was going to carry on with that.
Again, with us being the couriers, yes, your files are on our servers temporarily until they are sent up to Jackal. After they're sent up to Jackal, we don't have immediate access to your files.
And that really is the beauty of it. Yes. We can delete the logs, but we can never delete the data. The data will always exist somewhere because it's backed up on Jackal, because the blockchain has assigned a file ID and a chain ID to it, and it's because it's sitting on a server that we don't control. Now, we can delete the logs, meaning that you couldn't get the data back through Sigia, but the data itself will always exist. The data itself will always exist. That's the beauty of the Jackal protocol. Even if one storage provider pulled the plug and said, I'm deleting all of this, it still exists in 2 locations. And the protocol itself will see that it only exists in 2 locations, but it needs to exist in 3. So it will mirror it and send it out to another storage provider. The only way it goes away is if every single storage provider pulls the plug at the same time. And the data itself is still not gone. It still lives on that storage provider until they physically go in there and delete it. So can we control your data? No. All we can do is control the checking and routing information. That's all we can do. But we cannot make the data go away. That's the beauty of this system. That's what we've been trying to get to for a very, very, very long time. We can disable it on Sigia, but we can never delete it. It's not ours. It doesn't belong to us. That would be like asking FedEx to go back and recover a product that they delivered. You know, go fuck yourself, man. You ain't get it's all right here.
And Nago, you have the keys for the Jackal storage, so sure, you can delete the data. I believe he's talking about the nuke button option there.
Oh, yeah. But all we can do is send the message, man. We can't make it occur. We can't do any of that stuff. I understand where you're going with that, Nago. I get it, bro. All right, but and I appreciate people dreaming up these scenarios, man, because it opens us up and gets us thinking on all that stuff. So yes, in that kind of perfect world and that kind of perfect environment, if a scenario like that was to occur, we can do it, but we can't guarantee it. I guess that's about the best thing I can put on that, is that we can't guarantee that it's going to occur.
I'm actually going to throw another monkey wrench in that idea.
Go ahead.
So Scott could not do that individually.
Nope.
I could not do that individually.
Nope.
We, the two of us, couldn't do it together because 4 people have to sign off approving on that. And I guarantee you that not 4 people are going to agree to do all of that, because that would shoot us in the bloody foot. That's the security of a multi-sig wallet.
Yeah, and that's kind of why they exist, to make sure that one person can't go rogue. And in this case, there is no wallet that is more secured than that wallet. There is nothing that is more secure than that one. I don't even have the seed phrase. We don't even have... It's gone, man. All right. So we would need all of these different things to come together for us to be able to do something like that. But then ask the question, let me kick one back on you. Why would we do something like that? What would be our interest to do something like that? Because one, we can't see the data. We have no damn idea what it is. But yeah, then convince this entire company and the 4 people that I need to turn the keys. There's a reason not one person can launch a nuke, that you need lots of different people up there all agreeing that this needs to occur. And there's just no way. If we do that, we're cutting our own throat. There's no, you do that once and that's it. You're gone. All right. Nobody will ever trust you again. So there is no interest in us doing that. But we also have the whole multi-sig aspect. We need 4 people with their hands on the keys to turn it at the same time. And even after all of that occurs, there's no way for us to go back and verify that it happened. So it's a dream scenario. I understand where you're going with that, and I appreciate it. You should be cautious. Everybody should be cautious. This is blockchain. You should be incredibly skeptical. But in this case, I want to say that that's probably a reach, but we've safeguarded against that as well. I mean, as best as we can. If somebody has a better idea, I'm all ears. But we've taken every single safeguard that we possibly can. Hope that answered the question.
And Nago chiming in, don't know why, but it's still possible.
Sure, anything's possible, man. You know what? I could blow up every storage provider could unplug at the same time, man. The Jackal protocol could unplug. Every single validator up there at the same time could say, nope, we're not doing it anymore, and shut the entire chain down. All of this could occur. But what's the likelihood of it occurring? That's kind of where it comes down to. What is the likelihood of it occurring? I know we've been getting business all the time. What happens if Jackal goes down? Get Jackal goes down. It only takes one validator to make sure that Jackal stays up. One. And that's it. One Jackal, one validator, and storage providers. That's all that requires. All right? It's Pandora's box has been opened here, man. It just has been open. We could literally stand up our own validator. We won't. Because that could start looking a little sketchy. But we could literally stand up our own validator set up there and keep the chain alive ourselves. I mean, we could do that. There's a lot of things we can do that we're not going to. So now I appreciate it, man. And yeah, keep them coming. Keep them coming. We've safeguarded this as well as we possibly can. That's what I'm putting. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
And personally, before the nuke button is hit by me, the ability to do so would have to be pried out of my cold dead hands.
Yeah, and
it wouldn't be me flipping that switch.
No, and I promise you, I don't even know where the key is. That's it. I'll tell you that right now. I don't even know where that key is. But you're gonna need 4 of them in the locks at the same time. 3, 2, 1, and turn. And it won't happen for me. It just won't. There's no way. I'll go down before I would turn that key. There's no point. What advantage would that be? What would that do for me? What would that do for us, for the company, for trust, for leaning into the ethos of blockchain the way that we have always leaned into the ethos of blockchain, man? What would that do for us? So I appreciate it. And yeah, I appreciate it. Go ahead, Bill.
All right, new type trader. What is the magic number of liquidity that Sigia needs to see with Jackal? 100,000 users, but only $10,000 of liquidity would cause issues, no?
We have plans in place. I'm not going to disclose that, bro. Let's just say that we're okay. We're okay. More liquidity is better, of course, because any real meaningful slippage cuts into our profit margin. But fortunately, our profit margin, we have a lot of margin. I'm just going to leave that there, man. We got a lot of margin. So more is better for us, obviously, for any kind of open market purchase. But you guys know that we're friendly with Astrovault, right? You guys know that you've seen them on the show sitting in the chair. You guys know we're friendly with them, right? Let's just say we're not concerned at this point. So hope that answered the question. Belle, carry on.
Brownsburg Bats. In the latest update, are you able to download files back to your phone?
I think some people were trying that yesterday. I haven't tried it myself. I'm at max capacity on my Sigia app because I use it for everything. But I'll tell you what, man. Let's try one right now. Let's see. I got some generic images here. I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna hit. Let me see. I'm gonna hit that there. I'm decrypting the file. It's a falchion, by the way. That big dog right there, that big girl. I like that file. Let me see.
Nago, while you're looking that up, Nago, don't get me wrong, Sigia is great. Would be cool to use Sigia with self-custody wallets, maybe in the future for the Web3 people. Nago, you're not testing our app, are you? If you notice, you have a wallet address assigned to your Sigia account. That is as far as we are going to cater to the Web3 people. Web3 is not our market. Web2 is our market. Protecting information from Web2 is our market. We've been on record saying this over and over and over again.
Yeah, and I'm gonna back the clearly I'm gonna back the CEO there. If we thought that we would be profitable and supported in the Web3 world, then we would be starting our push into the Web3 world. But we've been out here a long time. Me and Bella have been out here a long time. We've seen good products come, launch, and just die on the vine because people out here are just interested in tokens, man. At least that's been our impression. And if we thought that we would be profitable pushing into Web3 and then into Web2, we would be going that direction. We just don't believe that that's the case. And I don't want to muddy it up. I know where you're going with that, man. You want that ultra secure. I'm the only one who holds the keys, and I respect that. But it's not on our roadmap right now. And to answer your question, I don't know if this is a bug or a miss or what we did, Bell, but I don't even have the option to download it back on my phone on iOS. We do on Android, but it's not on iOS. So I have to check my Android phone after this. If that is the case, clearly we got to add that one because we missed it. And how did I miss it and Jason miss it? And Taurus has been testing the hell out of us. How did we miss that? There's no way we miss that. I don't even see it as an option. It's my app. I look at this every day. I upload stuff every day. I didn't even notice it. So we'll get that addressed. Hope that answered the question, Bell. Carry on.
All right. G. Torres. Interesting, Bella. I wonder where all the body cam footage of officers is stored now. Maybe it's on site. I know our law firm actually has their own S3 bucket that they use to store their data. That way nobody else has access to it, other than them. I would imagine police departments are using the same method to secure their data.
You know, and I'm not so sure about that one. They could. I haven't done enough research into it. I'm not so sure about that because these are not tech people. All right, these are cops. All right, civil service and all that other stuff. So I'm not so sure about that. Motive, which we know for an absolute fact uses Amazon, because they told us they use the Amazon S3 and all their data goes up to Amazon, and which makes it nice because we're a simple plugin. You know, you just plug it into us as opposed to that, and it's going up to an encrypted, decentralized storage as opposed to the most centralized on the planet. But the other thing, and I'm not sure how we would get any kind of market penetration about this, but Ring doorbells does the same thing. Ring doorbells, one of the biggest video, whores that are on the planet. Their default is that they upload it to Amazon via the Amazon S3 hook. We would plug right into that. I mean, literally, it's just pointing it, using our S3 as opposed to the Amazon S3, and now that data is flowing up to Sigia in front of that. That would be it for us. You would never see us again, because if we got that much data flowing in, we're too busy managing a company to do live streams. There's just no way. There'd be so much data flowing in. But once we have, are you still there? Am I still going?
We're back.
God, this is a pain in the ass. All right, quick, Bell. Ask questions and answer them while I set you back up. But I got to get ready to go.
That was actually it.
Okay, well then take the last word here, and I'll put you back up on the screen. So take our closing thought, and we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully my connection's a little bit more stable on that. But go ahead, Beth.
All right, so you want to go ahead and call it?
Yeah, because I got that thing I got to get to.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. For those of you who stuck around during all of our tech issues, again, we can't say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys and the comments and questions you send our way. Now, with that being said, we are going to be back on tomorrow night at our normal time of 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. In between now and then, if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to either Scott or myself, scott@thepodcast.com or bella@thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Shh.